interact with each other. Okay, so correlation like a rainfall and a crime rate. So this is a correlational research. Okay, so where we are trying to find if variables are interacting with each other or not. It's a quantitative method because yes, the numbers are involved. It's a non-experimental research design. In correlation, you are not doing any experiment. You are just collecting the data. Like a rainfall data you are collecting, crime rate data you are collecting, mathematics ka marks you are collecting, statistic ka marks you are collecting, and then you are looking for any correlation is there or not. Correlation coefficient value of R we used, and as we discussed, -1 R +1. So it is in the range of this coefficient value. Can be used as a first step for experiment research. So if you want to do the experiment, so basically first we'll do the correlation research and we'll try to find out if some relationship is there or not. And if we find the relationship, then we'll manipulate the independent variable and see the impact of that on a dependent variable. And we can use this if it is not possible to conduct the experiment, then correlation research can be used. So it determines whether or not two variables are correlated, and no manipulation of variable. We are not manipulating rainfall, we are not manipulating crime rate, we are not manipulating ice cream sale increase, shark attack also increase. No manipulation. Ice cream sale data you will get, shark attack data you will get, and you'll simply correlate and do the things. Okay, that's what a correlation is.
Yes, sir, I was having doubt in this ice cream scale, this ice cream, this increase, and shark attack also increases. I was not getting when I was going through all these things. What is that?
Because confounding variable is a hot temperature. So because of that, ice cream sale increases, and because of that, shark attack increases. And that's the reason why you'll see the relationship between these two. Because the third factor, hot weather. In a hot weather, obviously you will eat ice cream because it is like a cold. And obviously in a hot weather, people visit the beaches, the sea beach, to play in the water. And more people will play in the water, and the more shark attacks will be there.
Okay.
Correlation design may be diagrammatic as follow. Let's say, for example, the rainfall and the crime rate and the data of 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like this. So all this data, and you will have the table like this, and all information you will get like this. Correlation design that measures degree of association between variables and prediction. Obviously, this is a correlation and this is a regression. Because if variables are related, then obviously we'll try to predict based on that. Okay. So correlation is like again classified into two types, like association between two variables and association between more than two variables. So like for example, XY, here is a XYZ, three variables. So this is a multiple correlation. Here is a bivariate correlation. Causal comparative research. Okay. Now, there are many occasions when you conduct the research in a psychology, you are not able to control the independent variable. Okay, so independent variable is not under the control. Okay, so in this type of a situation, researcher use the causal comparative research. Okay, rather than experimental design, because in experimental we can control extraneous factor, we can control. Sorry. Okay, so causal
or casual, what it is?
Causal.
Okay, yeah, causal means cause and effect.
Sir, can you give an example of a independent variable which is not in control for the
Age.
researcher?
So can you please go on the first slide of causal? I didn't get it.
Okay. When you are not able to control the independent variable, then you will go for the causal comparative research. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
in this situation, like we use the causal comparative instead of an experimental design for the research. Okay, now let's try to understand this. The basic is to select the group that has an independent variable and select another group of subject that does not have the independent variable, the control group or comparison group. The two groups are then compared on the dependent variable. So see what we are doing here. We are selecting the group that has a independent variable, and that will be treated as a experimental group. Second thing, we are selecting the group which is not having independent variable, and that is known as a control group. And then the two groups are compared based on the dependent variable. So what we are doing, we are making the group 1, group 2. Group 1 independent variable, group 2 no independent variable. Okay, comparison इसका example, I will find an example.
Hello, sir.
Give you the example.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, earlier slide, please. Sir, here when we are saying no independent variable, that means it is a dependent variable, right?
See, no does not have the independent variable, so that will become the control or comparison group. So for example, you want to study the impact of online lecture on the marks. So one group will have online lectures, another group no online lectures, so maybe offline lectures. And then we'll see the marks of those groups. So I'm not studying the online in a second group. If I'm not studying the online, then it may be the self-study, it may be the classroom teaching. Like this. And then I will compare the marks and I will see which one is the more effective. Got my point?
No, sir.
See.
Sir, here you made an arrow, here you wrote it.
No. See, listen. Group 1, group 2. Independent variable, no independent variable. And then I will compare both the groups. On what? On dependent variable. Now my group 1 is online classes and dependent variable is marks. This is my dependent variable. Group 2 is no online class, and I'll check the marks of that. The groups are then compared on the dependent variable. I'll compare the group here. Marks are depend on the study. So what are the study types? Group 1 online study, group 2 no online study. Another group of subject that does not have independent variable. What is my independent variable? Online study. There is no independent variable, means there is no online study. And obviously when you are talking about study, dependent variable will be mark. So I'll compare here on the dependent variable, which is marks. So how many marks, like how much marks student got who did an online study, and how many marks student got those who not did an online study. That's it. Am I clear?
Yes, sir, got it. Thank you.
Both are not comparison between causal comparative and correlational design. Both are non-experimental method. I'm not doing any experimental, and they lack manipulation of independent variable. Okay, so in both cases random assignment is not possible. Okay,
So this sounds like the quasi-independent.
yes,
Very good.
retrospective.
Yes, sir.
Technique used for controlling Co-founding variable is the same. Okay. In both methods, matching or quota sampling techniques are used to control the co-founding and extraneous variable. So I will take, like for example, extraneous variable in the example which I gave you is a intelligence is a extraneous what do you say that variable. Now what I will do, group 1 online student, group 2 no online student, and I'll make sure that IQ of group 1 student is equal to IQ of group 2 student. Okay, so that's how I can use I can control my variables. Okay, technique like I will be using matching. So I will match the IQ of this student, I'll match the IQ of this student, and I'll select them as a group 1 and group 2. That is an online study and no online study, like that. Okay. Both research sometimes treated as a type of descriptive research, since they describe the condition that already exist. There are two types of research: exploratory and descriptive. Descriptive research just describe the situation, whatever it is there. Exploratory is like a ethnographic research. You are exploring. The person went into the tribe area, into the another culture, and now he is exploring what all happening is there, and then he is writing about that. And here they are describing the condition that already there, already present there. Attempt to understand the cause and effect. Causal comparative, we try to find out what is the cost and what is the effect of that. Correlational, no attempt to understand the cause and effect. Like there is a negative correlation between rainfall and a crime rate. That's it. We'll say there is a negative correlation and our research ain't there itself. Why it is happening, why it is not happening, we don't explain. That explanation will come here. At least one independent variable. Okay, here you have two or more variables. It involves comparison, it involves relationship. In correlation, relationship is there. Looks at the difference between the group, as we said, group 1, group 2, online and no online, or you can say offline also. You compare both the groups, and here you're looking for a relationship within a single group. Okay. Causal comparative versus experimental, all these comparisons are important. Both require at least one categorical variable. Okay, here one categorical variable is needed. Both compare group performance to determine the relationship. No manipulation of the variables. You are selecting the variables. The independent variable is manipulated in experimental design. Provide weaker evidence for causation, as there is no randomization, no manipulation. So obviously it will give you the weak results, weak evidences. Experimental always provide the stronger evidences. Okay, as compared to any other design. Here the groups are already formed. The researcher need to find the groups. Groups are already formed. Retrospective, you need to go and find out the groups. Here the researcher can assign the subject to treatment group. 100 people randomly, 50 here, 50 here. This is the random assignment. Here groups are already formed. I need to go and find out who studied online, who not studied online, like this. So assignment is based on the pre-existing characteristics. Online, offline, smoker, non-smoker, like that. The groups are already formed. Traveler, non-traveler. And in experiment, assignment must be random. Is that okay, guys?
So
Is
for
it?
just
Yes, sir.
a
Yes.
clearance perspective, say we are starting a research study from scratch. So can we go like correlational? We are starting with and finding if there's any relationship. And to get a clarity, we're going for causal comparative and then moving for further clarity with experimental.
Yes, you can do that, and that's what you need to recommend, and you can suggest the future scope of the research. That
Yes,
we
sir.
yesterday we saw that recommendation section, so you can always give that. Yes,
Okay, sir. Got it.
yes, guys. Any question? Okay. So this already we saw yesterday. This we have done. Ethnography also we done. Yes, grounded. So
So
yes,
I wanted to see that video because I missed that.
this video. Please make a note. Go on YouTube. TED Talk. Birth of Word. You please make a note of this. You can go on a YouTube, and this is a very beautiful video. I showed you the couple of minutes clip. On YouTube, you can see the entire video. Okay.
TED Talk?
Birth of a Word. And remember the face of this gentleman. Okay. You'll get it. Try
So
to get
what was the types slide about? What types it is about?
types of qualitative research.
Okay.
Case study, ethnography, historical method, grounded theory, phenomenology. So phenomenology is not a part of your study. Fine. So last point, guys, of our research workshop, and that is a grounded theory. I repeat again, today is the last day, so please study for next couple of days, and please ask your doubts. Send your doubts in a group only on a Tuesday. And if in case you don't have any doubt, then also I will advise you to please join on Wednesday, because whatever the doubts other will raise, I will be explaining that, and that will be again a good learning experience for you. Okay. And I gave the opportunity of joining the session to first batch also. April month we had the research session, that was the first, and this is the second. So the first batch student, I asked them, you also please join. Okay, so we'll have a good number of students. So grounded theory is known as a grounded because the theory is grounded in the data. Okay, theory is already there in the data. We just need to find out that. We just need to dig, and we need to take that theory out. Okay, theory is already there in the data. So seed is the data, and theory is like a plant which eventually come out. So I'm having a data in my hand. I'm having a document text with me. I'm not collecting any other data. Whatever the data, secondary data I'm having, whatever the reports, news articles, books, whatever I'm having, I'm reading that, and I'm building a theory from that only. I'm not doing anything else. The systematic generation of theory from data is, we do the data collection and we prove the hypothesis out of that. Okay, but here, okay, I think, yeah, that slide is here. Okay, not an issue. The systematic generation of theory from data. So we collect the data. Collect the data means what? We take the books, articles, journals, newspaper, videos, audios, whatever the data is there already present, the data which is exist already, I will take that data and I will formulate the hypothesis. I will develop the theory out of the data which is available to me. I will do the hypothesis formulation from that only. Grounded theory happens sequentially, subsequently, simultaneously, serendipitously, whatever that word, scheduled. Okay, so basically subsequently it is happening. These are all like synonyms, more or less same. Most prominently used technique based on data collection for multiple sources. It is multivariate. Multivariate means more variables are involved. It's an inductive, deductive method and inductive method. So we are developing theory out of the data. So that is an inductive method. It uses the quantitative data, qualitative data. It helps researcher to generate the new theories and modifying the existing theories. Results are not a reporting of fact. It is a theory. It is a hypothesis. It is not a fact. It is what we are building. We are developing the theory, which need to be tested. It is a set of a probability statement. Probably there may be relationship between rainfall and a crime rate. So we are just developing the concept. There may be a relationship. There may be a relationship in a firecracker sale and crow birth rate. There may be a relationship. We are saying that we are making a probability statement. We just collect and interpret the data from the textual base. Provide a direction to the researcher. See, there could be a relationship, this, go and check it. So the conclusion of this research is hypothesis formulation. That's it. It involves constant comparison. Okay. Research involves multiple iterations, multiple theories, multiple texts you need to provide. This is what a grounded theory. Yes.
So, sir, this is just basically to get a hypothesis.
Yes.
So we have to basically we just get a hypothesis from here. For example,
Yes.
rainfall and crime rates may be related, and then we need to go ahead and prove it using whatever statistical research and all the
Yes.
tools that we've been
Yes.
taught about.
The job of grounded theory is to develop the new theories, new concept, and then you test those concepts with the help of data. Like I gave another example. Someone observed that the economic recovery, the sign of economic recovery is the increase in the sale of men's undergarment. Okay, so that is a sign. So someone observed that, collected the data, and build the theory that yes, this is possible. This might be happening. So there is a positive relationship between sale of men's undergarment and economic recovery. As sale increases, chances of recovery of economy also increases. Then you go collect the data, test it like this. When to use grounded theory? When there is no preconceived idea or hypothesis. Now, who will relate the rainfall with the crime rate? Someone need to find it out. Who will relate the firecracker sale and crow birth rate? I just gave you a few examples. Need a broad theory or explanation of a process. You need to explain something or you need a broad theory. So better to go in a text, dig some information and bring it on the surface. If you have the inadequate or there is no sufficient data on the theories which we are using right now, we are using some theory, but we don't have much evidences, the data to prove that this happens. So then we go to the grounded theory, we collect the data and we try to justify the statement. Why to use? Obviously to build new theories, to understand new phenomena. That's what the advancement of knowledge. Finding and methods are always refined and negotiated. Like you saw the 13 types of quasi experiment design. So there could be another 5 methods. So these methods are refined and negotiated. Negotiated means again improved. Have a better one. The resulting theory and hypothesis help future investigation into the phenomenon. Future investigation. Research is ongoing process, never stops. So new facts will keep coming. Data collection occurs over a time at many levels, and it helps in ensuring the meaningful results. So that's what a grounded theory. So data is the fundamental property of grounded theory. So it involves forming a theory based on the generated data. Grounded theories doesn't believe in collecting the data. Whatever the data is in a hand, on my table, in the library, I will use that data only. I will not go out and collect the data. Basically, secondary data. The data which is already available. Grounded theory turns the whole research process around. Other research, first formulation of a theory and then data collection. Here what we are doing, we are collecting the data, and based on that data, we are formulating the theory. Which theory? Relation between rainfall and a crime rate. I have the data in my hand. I am reading the data. I am trying to understand the data. I am relating the data, and then I am trying to build some theory out of that data. And then that theory will come here, and then again someone will collect the primary data, do the study, research, and conclude and prove. Yes, there is a relationship. This is how whole research process goes. Recall what we saw: the observation, hypothesis, formulation, and testing. This is the observation, formulation, and testing. This is how science progress. This is how advancement in knowledge is come.
Sir, so basically in grounded theory, we collect data and then we create a theory around it. And then in other
Yes.
methods, whatever data we have, we extend the theory and keep adding
No,
to it.
first we form the theory, and then we collect the data according to the theory.
Okay.
Like I build a theory. There is a relationship between rainfall and crime rate.
Yeah.
I hypothesized this, and then I did a data collection, and then I test my hypothesis.
Yeah. So basically in grounded, we have to collect data.
Secondary data.
Okay.
Process, steps, data, note taking, coding, memo, sorting, writing. Data. You will get 10,000 words, for example. Note taking. Out of this 10,000, you will shortlist 100 words. Then you will codify these 100 words into 10 different codes. 10 words here, 5 words here, 10 words here, like that. Then you will sort, relation building, and writing. We'll see that again. Memos. Once coding is done, then the next step is memo. What is memo? Memos are field notes, observation of behavior, interaction, events, and situation. Are taken on the spot during the study. I am sitting in library and I am reading something. Immediately I'll make a note of something. What are the important points I'm getting? I'll keep noting down those points. Can be theoretical note, consist of 1 to 5 pages, text, and it leads to final theory and report. This code, memos code note, act as a source of formation of final report. 100 pages, out of that 5 pages, I took the data. Out of that 100 pages, I took the data of 5 pages. All important point I noted down. That is a source of information for final report. Guide to the ground theorist. I need not to read again and again this 100 pages. I'll be focusing on major findings, major inputs. Okay. Discuss the course of labeling things or event. I will do the coding. All similar things under one code. Okay. Say for example, I will give the code is my treatment is a code. So medicine will come under treatment. Time will come under treatment. Yoga will come under treatment. And CBT will come under treatment. Like that, whatever the related words are there, those will come under the treatment. So treatment is a code. And these are like the values in that code. Memos are form in which data is collected. Short notes. Put the process of analysis and interpretation. Act as a source of data, as already told you. So these are the memos. Okay, so we make the memo. Memo is nothing but the note taking. After memo, there is a coding. Coding is a naming or labeling things, categories, and property. We will do the codifying. Okay, so these are the types of code. Open coding, Excel coding, selective coding, theoretical model. So see here, this is the initial concept, initial categories, open coding. Initially, I will, whatever I'll get the data, I will keep putting that under the code. Then this, say for example, 10 codes, I will find initially, then I will do the main categories. Primary categories, secondary categories. I will divide and I will try to find the logical relationship between the categories. Say for example, I got 10 codes. Randomly, I put the 10 codes. Then primary category, secondary category. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I'm having a 5 codes. Then what I will say, okay, code 4 is a primary. Under this, 1 will come. Under this, 2 will come. Under this 2, 3 will come and 5 will come. So this hierarchy building is what a main categories, primary, secondary categories, and logical relationship between the codes. Like this 4, then 1 and 2 are the part of 4 and 3 and 5 are a part of 2. So I'm building the relationship. 3 is not related with 1. Okay. Selective coding, then core categories. This is my core categories, and then logical relationship between the categories. And once this is done, then my core concept and my theory is formed. So this is what the coding. Now we will see the description. Then I will show you the diagrammatic representation. I will give you one example and then we'll stop. Open coding. It is a process of identifying, labeling, and analyzing the phenomena what you got in the data. First, you need to identify. Then you need to label. What is label? Say, for example, treatment. And when I will read the data, then I will come to know somewhere I'll read the yoga. So I will write, okay, yoga is a form of a treatment. Then CBT is a form of a treatment. Then medicine is a form of a treatment. So whatever the, the things I will identify, I will label it. I will code it and I will start collecting the information under the code. So in coding, basically what we are doing, we are reducing the data. On yoga, there might be a one paragraph written. And it's talking all about what is a yoga, what are the benefits of yoga, how to do the yoga. So all that content I will categorize only like a yoga is like a treatment and yoga will happen here. Okay. Reduce the data to a small set of themes that will help me to describe my phenomena which is under investigation. So like a 10,000 words, I will reduce down to the 100 words and I will say this 10,000 words are nothing but what is this 100 words. Say for example, this is a text. Pain relief is a major problem when you have arthritis. Sometimes pain is worse than other times, but when it gets really bad, it hurts so bad, you won't want to get out of the bed. You don't feel like doing anything. Any relief you get from drugs that you take is only temporary or partial. Oh, this is a text and I need to do the open coding. So what I will do, I'll identify, label, analyze, and I will reduce the data. So see, these are the major point: pain relief, bad, drug, and effect of drug. Now this pain is the important point of discussion here. This is the intensity. Pain relief agent is a drug, duration, and effectiveness.
So basically the keywords we are looking for.
Yes. So now I labeled, I put the text under the label, and now I will try to build some relationship and I will try to make some theory out of this. A very simple example I just gave you. So you can see one paragraph, I took only 4 words out of that and I labeled it. So again, type of coding, what we saw, open coding, initial categories by breaking down, compare, conceptualize, categorize, select the core category, relate it to other categories, validate the relationships, identify the central phenomena, explore the causal conditions, context, specify the category, and talk about the consequences. Excel coding. Again, the same thing what we discussed. Excel coding is putting the data back together by making the connection. Recall that. Putting the data back together by making the connection. Whatever the categories you coding you did, make the connection out of that. It is a process of relating the categories. This is how I am relating. The ground theories analyze and interpret the cause code and the context code without showing much interest on the consequences. Why it is happening and in what relation it is happening. We are not talking about consequences here. We just make the relationship in the context and we present. See the open coding. This is like a data. You break the data into small parts and you codify. So open coding is a procedure for developing categories of information. Recall that: pain, intensity, agent, effectiveness, open coding. Then this open code, the axial coding, a procedure to interconnect the categories. So this is the code 1, 2, 3. So I will have one categories and I will categorize the code. Yes.
So please explain open coding.
Open coding is like this only. See, it's just a very basic. I am just labeling. Intensity is my label, effectiveness is my label, agent is my label, duration is my label. I am putting the data into the label. I am reducing the data to small set. So this much text I reduce to 4 words. It forms the initial categories by breaking down. We are comparing. We are trying to do the concept building. And here you see procedure for developing categories of information like a pain, intensity, agent or treatment, and effectiveness of the treatment. So I just randomly coded that. And when I coded that, say for example, this is my treatment, this is my effectiveness, this is my what was another thing? Duration, intensity, duration. And then here I will give the logical relationship. So whichever the treatment we are taking, what is the effectiveness of that treatment, what is the duration of that treatment, like this. A procedure for interconnecting the code which we found here.
So
In open coding, I just got the code, I prepare the code. In Excel coding, I am I'm trying to build some relationship between those code. Yes.
can you give an example of Excel coding?
I gave you the example here. Na? Treatment is a category. So treatment is a category. So in that, effectiveness. Here is a duration. Okay. And again, some more point will come in that category. And then here in selective coding, for example, pain is a main. So here is we need to do the treatment. In treatment, what will come? The effective. Here it will come. What is the duration? So this is like a selective coding. Okay. Here some other category will come like this. So a procedure for building a story that connects category, producing a discursive set of theoretical propositions. Just a minute. Yeah. You want to see the real example? Okay. I will exit. Any question on this presentation? Okay, I'm skipping. I'm leaving this presentation. I will give you one example. Just a minute. I'm presenting us. Can you see this?
Yes.
Now see. So okay, so I collected the data. I took the relevant test from the data and I did a coding for that data. Then I developed the categories out of this code. I designed the pattern and then this is how I develop my grounded theory. So this is the structure. Now let's see the example. How people come to the college. Like I got one article on that, and when I go through that article, I categorize, I coded unmotorized, motorized, like how people come to the college: walk, cycle, train, bus, car. Then I divide this into two categories: motorized, unmotorized. Unmotorized is a walk and a cycle. Motorized, train, bus, car. The next, Distance influence transport mode decisions. I'm trying to develop a theory out of that. Like a walk and a cycle. If 50 kilometer is a distance between the college and your home, then it will influence the transport decision. Then I can't walk, I can't take the cycle. Poor personal mobility is allied to motorized mode. Okay. I'm not able to, like a distance, I'm not able to use cycle, walk, or I am a handicap, so I can't, again, cycle and walk is not possible. So I will use motorized. So transport decisions are highly personalized. This is what the theory we deduct out of the data. This is how it goes. This is how we find the categories. Then we put that category into some label, like unmotorized code. Motorized is a code. Under that, some labels are there. Then we'll try to build a theory around that. So this is an example of grounded theory.
So basically, we are going bottom up. So we first answer the question and then go to the theory.
Yes, yes. Okay.
So, as a simple example, can we have it like a puzzle solving? Like we have the puzzle pieces, trying to recognize the pattern and putting it into a single puzzle.
Yes, you can say that. Data is already in your hand. You are not collecting any other data. Yes. Yes, guys, I'm done. So, please ask the question. On Wednesday, please make a note somewhere in your notebook and remind me to give the example of marshmallow. Please remind me.
What, sir?
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
You know the marshmallow?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So remind me. I will explain the example of marshmallow. Those who won't able to join on Wednesday, so don't worry. On a Google, you can go and search marshmallow research.
So Wednesday, what time?
6 o'clock, same time.
Okay.
You will get all details in a group again, okay? But by Tuesday, please post the doubts, okay?
Yeah, sir. We'll do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
I'm done. Those who want to leave, they can leave. Those who have the question, they can ask me the question. Our regular pattern.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
When will we have to come back? 24th, no?
Sorry. Social psychology classes, September, October, not now.
So, qualitative research can be called as like grounded theory as well, right, sir? Like the data is already present.
Qualitative research, grounded theory will come under qualitative research only.
Okay. So, yesterday's TED Talk example can we call it as like grounded theory example?
Yes, possible. Yes.
Okay.
So, from an exam perspective, could you give us some advice with preparing to MPC05? Just some quick advice.
Follow the MAPC focus.
As in the question paper that you've consolidated and given.
No, MAPC focus talks about the important topics and important chapters priority wise.
Oh, but so actually, is that a paid thing? Because I haven't taken it.
No, exam focus is a free document, and exam guide is like a solved question answers are based on the MAPC focus that is chargeable.
Okay.
So where you will get all the question answer priority wise, priority chapter wise you will get.
Okay, so the free document is available where? Is it on the group?
We'll share on the group, no issues.
Yes, sir, please, if you could. So basically, if we focus on that, we'll come to know the topics that are most important.
Yeah, on which chapter you should focus?
On which chapter I should focus, and also preparing with the question paper that you've consolidated over the 6 years. Preparing that also should be helpful to
Yes,
attempt the paper,
yes,
right?
yes. Since last three exam, we observed that 99% question repeats in
Okay.
last three exam.
Okay. So, sir, the question paper and the free guide, you will send it on the group today, if possible.
MAPC focus is free. Exam guide is
Okay.
chargeable. Yeah.
Of course,
So
of
I
course. So,
will.
just the one that you can,
Yeah.
the free one.
Yes. We'll share
So
it,
how
no
much
problem.
is charge?
Exam guide is 150 rupees per subject and 225 for statistics.
Sir, you give it to us in a soft copy or in hard?
Yes, because exam guide is a new edition every 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it is not possible to have the printed book. It is not feasible actually.
So if we plan to giving exam in December, so we not purchase for this one.
Yes, exam related document you should purchase for exam only.
Oh, okay,
If,
sir. Okay.
if you are planning to give in December, then better purchase, because what will happen? The June exam will happen now, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So we'll do the analysis of that also. Right now, 16 question paper ka analysis we did, right?
Yes.
Now for December, we'll do the 17 question paper ka analysis. And obviously, the whatever 12 new questions will be there here in this June exam, that will be included in the exam guide again.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, numericals class, when we are starting with the numericals class?
Next Thursday, 25th.
25th. Okay, fine. Thank you.
23 on Tuesday, we have this Statistica theory class pending. 24th, we'll have this additional doubt clearing session on research, and 25th onwards, we'll have the Statistica class.
So the duration for the class would be from 6 to 8 or 6 to 9?
Statistic will be 6 to 8, and after 8 o'clock, we'll discuss the doubts.
सर न्यूमेरिकल्स वाला?
Yes.
अच्छा सर एक चीज और पूछनी थी आपसे, ये जो लास्ट मिनट रिव्यू है आपका
जी,
वो जैसे है वो हमारे हाइलाइट्स कवर कर रहा है हर लेसन के?
हाँ, वो रिवीजन पर्पस है
ना, वो रिवीजन पर्पस है, सिर्फ वो करके हम लोग एग्जाम नहीं दे सकते हैं? आई डोंट थिंक सो।
नहीं, वो रिवीजन है ना, रिवीजन तभी काम करेगा जब पढ़ाई की आपने,
पढ़ाई की होगी। एग्जाम गाइड से आपका ठीक है सर, आई गॉट इट, थैंक यू।
So approximately how many pages for like each exam guides?
See, around exam guide like in a 3 parts: priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. So normally we advise you should do the priority 1 and priority 2. So priority 1, priority 2, you will get then less than 100 pages. Okay,
sir.
So around 130 page का document रहेगा वो, I'm not sure right now, but statistic will have more pages, because every time we need to explain the numericals, we need to solve the numericals, right?
Got it, sir. So another doubt regarding this grounded theory, like this grounded theory is only part of qualitative research, not quantitative.
Yes, it's but still numbers we are using in that, but numbers are not dominating as compared to quantitative research. Yes.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Sir,
Yes,
will
any
you
other
be
question?
starting classes? Hello, sir. This is
Aishwarya,
Lavanya
you
here.
raised the hand out here.
Is it okay to give all the exam in the December? Will it affect our result or
No.
anything?